We say emotions are something very intimate to me internally. Therefore, the ones who are intimate to me externally must partake these emotions. So we vent it out all to them. We spout lies and toxicity and all kinds of worthless things, especially to the ones who are close to us. Now this is not right. This is exploitation. This is unjust. In fact, the more valuable and intimate a person is to you, the more you should be careful about the effect your company is having on that person. That is love, is that not? Therefore, you have to be extremely careful about what you say to that person, what you share with that person. Not everything that arises in your body due to your inbuilt prakritic chemicals and hormones and glands is worth sharing with the world. We have our restrooms, our lavatories. We keep them closed, right? We do not share our excreta with our loved one. We do not say, oh, this came from my guts. This came from right within me, from the core of my body. Therefore, I'll share it with you. Do we do that? We know what is it that stings. We know what is it that's rubbish. And we know very well that it must be kept to ourselves and be duly flushed away. It is not something you want to share with the world. In fact, if you share with the world, it is quite interesting. It would be the limit of bad etiquette. So this much we know, that our night soil, our rubbish, is not to be taken to others. But then why do we take our mental rubbish to others? Why do we take our emotional rubbish to others? Is there anything sublime in our emotions? If there is, please do share it. But mostly, emotions are just trash. I know emotional people will not like to hear this and they'll immediately contest. I would point out that the reaction that arose within you the moment you heard me say that emotions are trash is another emotional reaction. It is emotions that do not like emotions being decried. Right? The fundamental mistake, as we said right when we opened, is that we identify with our emotions. We do not see that the body is one thing and we are not really the body, and that all emotions arise from chemical biological processes pre-programmed within the body. They are not to be taken very seriously. Emotions simply further the agenda of the jungle, the place we all come from. What's the agenda of the jungle? Possess, occupy, eat, sleep, be merry, procreate, dominate. That's what goes on in the jungle, right? And all emotions, if you scrutinize them, are towards this goal. This is the prakritic goal. So why take the remnants of the jungle past so seriously? We were monkeys, right? And the vestiges of those times still exist within us. They in fact dominate most of us in the form of emotions, in the form of instincts and tendencies, right? So take that as something that hardly ever has any value. And when it does not have any value, it does not deserve to be expressed or shared with others, right? We want to be loving people and we want to be loved, don't we? And in love, you do not share your crap with your loved ones. You do not make life miserable for them by throwing all your rubbish at them day in and day night in the name of intimacy. That's the reason why people suffer so much in love. Because in the name of love, it's not their heights that they share with their partners. They share their bottoms. They share their ugliness. And they think of it as closeness, as love. It is not love. Love is to handhold the other and pull him up. Not bury the other under the weight of your infinite nonsense. What do you think lovers talk about in their daily 4-hour phone calls? Are they sharing scientific discoveries with each other? Are they sharing sublime literature with each other? Great poems? Are they talking of depths of wisdom? Are they discussing geopolitics? Are they discussing neuroscience? Are they discussing anything of any worth? No, they are expressing themselves to each other, and you know what that's all about. Let the sound of rubbish being flushed down the commode reverberate. That's the telephonic conversation. Thank you, sir.
Namaste, Acharya ji.
Yes.
This question which I'm about to ask is related to the first question about the emotions. So I have two questions in mind. The first thing is whenever some people, particularly family or in relatives, they try to they have some expectations that house has to be taken care like this only, or cooking has to be done in certain way. All these things actually it's like totally gone out of my mind, and I'm not able to be like what they want to be. And initially when I try to understand these are not of that great value, I try to explain them, but they are not in a way to accept all those things, and I'm just doing whatever I feel like doing, and I'm not much engaged into any of those activities. But in spite of that, when things come up, I'm one thing what I see from myself is I'm just very harsh. I'm not able to control it, or I'm not able to tolerate all these things anymore. So I just bluntly shout, and there's something very very fiery, I can say, within that. I don't want to listen to any of such talks, and that moment I don't know exactly what I speak out, but I feel very relaxed after that, and I'm not able to actually say why I am behaving, and whatever I told, it does not carry over again in my head. But yeah, I can see that, to many things I'm reacting very harshly. So how do I validate that emotion? That is one thing. I mean, sometimes I just feel like I don't bother about it. I don't care, however it goes, it is okay. So I go to that extent. And one other question I have is, whenever I try to talk to you, ask any question, automatically there is some tears in my eyes. I don't know how what is this? This is also some kind of emotion. I try not to cry, I try not to bring in tears, but that happens.
See, all that surrounds us, outside the body, and all that is available to us from within the body, all that is available to us to be used, or all that can use us for its own purposes. So when I answered our friend who initiated the discussion on emotions, I focused on ensuring that your bodily mandate and your emotions and hormones do not start using you and exploiting you and taking you away. So I said, remember that you are not your body. Remember that you are not obliged to serve your emotions. Remember that it is not a compulsion to express to others whatever you feel. So that's what I highlighted when I was speaking a while back. Now there is another part to the same thing. We said all that is surrounding us, within the body and outside the body. Who are we, first of all? We are consciousness. And all these things are available to the consciousness: emotions, thoughts, intellect, as well as worldly material resources, and time and life. These are things available to consciousness to achieve its destiny, its end, that is liberation. Now, if you can be someone who can use these resources towards the proper end, then it's all right, rather wonderful to engage with emotions. Then there is no need to even be detached. Are you getting it? I'll give you two examples, both involving Sri Krishna. So there is the Mahabharat battle, and we are in Kurukshetra. And the entire Gita has been narrated to Arjun. Still, he is not fully beyond his feelings of attachment and the past he carries, his memories. So he is not able to fight Bhishma Pitama with total rigor. He is almost just pretending to fight. He is not attacking the old man with full ferocity. Now, what does Krishna do at this moment? He jumps down from the chariot, picks up an abandoned wheel from the ground, and rushes towards Bhishma with that wheel to attack him. This is a clear and unapologetic display of emotion. But this is great. You would have seen this moment captured in many paintings. Bhishma is standing on his chariot. He has put down his weapons and he is standing with hands folded, and he is welcoming Krishna to come and attack him. And Arjun is behind Krishna, and Arjun is begging Krishna, please, please, do not break your vow. You had said you would not participate in the fight. Do not do that now. I'll do the needful. I won't be a hesitant warrior anymore. And Arjun is holding Krishna by his feet and is almost being dragged towards Bhishma. It's a very moving scene. It's a very eloquent picture when you look at it. And it's full of nothing but emotion. Emotion being displayed by all three characters in the painting. Can you visualize the frame? Of these three, the central one, the middle one, is the one who is using emotions. Emotions come from Prakriti. Prakriti is also called as Maya, and Krishna is called as Mayapati. So Krishna is the master of Maya, thereby also the master of emotions. He is not carried away by emotions. He uses emotions for a higher goal. What is the higher goal? The higher goal is that dharma should win. And for dharma to win, Arjun must wholeheartedly fight. So to make Arjun fight, Krishna has expressed his emotions. Now such expression is auspicious and most welcome. Do you get this, please? Here your emotions are not possessing you. Instead, you are making very wise use of emotions. Your emotions are doing your bidding. Your emotions are aligned with your higher purpose. And if your emotions can be aligned with your higher purpose, it's all right to be angry just as Krishna was in that moment. And Krishna is very angry in that moment. Have you seen him? He is furious. He is like a tornado rushing towards Bhishma. Krishna is very angry. Who says spiritual people must not be angry? Look at Krishna.